This is Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Kyle Shanahan, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks a third tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle, sweeps down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking, got it, post, and it's good. Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the flat to the left side. It's Russell intercepted. The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption. Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown. No greater redemption.
The San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from Nothing But Niners crew. And guys, we are here for a quick episode. Don't worry, this is not going to be a long one. All right, now you guys are going to have to focus on my ugly mug this whole time because this is a presser breakdown from head coach Kyle Shanahan. He does his weekly media calls with the 49ers. And I found out a lot of people don't get an opportunity to hear this. All of a sudden, X starts blowing up and people are like, oh my God, Huff is injured and blah, blah. And everyone's always wondering, like, where did this information come from? And so some of you guys may not know this, but I do these breakdowns here. I get the phone call, I get the audio, I play it, and we assess it. We break it down here, all right? So that's what we're going to do today with a short phone call. So I'm going to go through all of that. But before I do, let me run through some formalities really quick. If this is your first time here on the show, I want to thank you guys for checking this out. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hit that like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, and then turn on your notifications so you know exactly when we are going live. This video did not come with a heads up. However, the video that will be right after this at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, I will be live with my guy, Zach from 49ers Hive, and we will be doing a breakdown of yesterday's game as well as a slight peek ahead to those Houston Texans who will be playing at the time of that recording. So make sure you guys are there live for the video following this one. All right. Give us some support. Follow us on some of our other social media platforms. We have Snapchat and X. Those handles are Nothing But 9 ERS. That is the number 9, Nothing But 9 ERS. All right, and then give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch, and that is Nothing But Niners. That is spelled all the way out, no 9 in there anywhere. It's spelled out Nothing But Niners, no numbers. All right, and if you are watching this on the Twitch account, that is Nothing space but space Niners. Please make sure you subscribe to the other one, Nothing _but _ Niners, because after week 14, we will no longer be doing live videos from the first one. Okay, give us a follow via Patreon, right? So normally I do these videos live on Patreon first, and then the members of the YouTube channel get it, and then after that, it goes public. But because last week I didn't get a chance to do the pregame shows and the halftime shows and all that, or yesterday I should say, not last week, I did not get a chance to do any of that stuff. So I felt like I kind of gypped you guys out of some of your Nothing But Niners content. I wanted to make sure I brought this one back to you guys and just did it right away live, straight up. All right. So please, guys, make sure you head on over to patreon.com. Don't be the last to join. Patreon.com/NB9ERS. We have a lot of fun over there, and I really, really hope you guys get a chance to experience it. All right. So patreon.com/NB9ERS. All right. Now, I want to first shout out everybody in the chat. I see you guys out there. Greg, Nigel, Blackbeard. Let me put your guys' comments up here on the screen now so you guys can start to see them a little bit there. There we go. All right. I did not do the post-game pressers for the players yesterday, Nigel. I see your question here. We didn't have enough time, and maybe I'll do that. If this goes quick enough, I might just roll that right into this. All right, I just got to make sure I'm off in time to go live with my man Zach in about an hour. So we got to see how long it takes, but let's start with this Kyle Shanahan one first, and then maybe we'll get into it, okay? Maybe we'll get into it. Here's what I will say, though, before we even hit play on Kyle. This has been a trying-ass year already. Like, I can't even, like, pretend like, oh, everything's fine, we're 5-2. It's not, man. We are scraping, man. The depth of this roster is being challenged. In a good way, in a bad way, and everything in between. But I'll be damned if they aren't finding ways to win. They're going out there and they're doing their thing. So, and I also appreciate some of you guys for sticking with me right now. I know that you guys got this play in the background. Monday Night Football, the first game is on. They have a second Monday night game coming on afterwards, and we should all watch that one. Yes, we will be live during that, but dual screen this bad boy. Put us on the phone, watch the game on your TV, do some film study, all right? Watch those Houston Texans and see what we have to be worried about when we play them next week, okay? All right, so with no further ado, I am going to go ahead and get into this presser. Please, please, please let me know if you guys can hear it. Let me know if it's too loud. Let me know if it's not loud enough, all right? And, yeah, let's go ahead and get to it, all right? Head coach Kyle Shanahan's phone call from today.
All right, guys, injuries from yesterday. Renardo Green with his toe. We'll just continue evaluating this week. Ended up clearing turf toe, though. Jake Brindle has a hamstring. He's expected to miss a couple of weeks. And also, we found out that Huff also has a hamstring. He'll also be in that same boat with possibly a couple weeks. Updates on players who missed the game. Stout, evaluating this week. Ricky, same thing. We'll evaluate him more on Wednesday. Brock will continue like he did last week.
Can you guys hear Kyle?
Continue with his rehab. Also got a chance
Let
to
me know. Put a thumbs up in there. Let me
Burford's
see if you guys can hear.
For his knee this week. Right,
Burford coming back. There you go.
Kyle, is it a reach to say that Brock is on track to start this week?
Yeah, I would say that is. I don't know. No one said that.
Okay.
It is a reach, so Brock is not likely to start this week.
Kyle, what kind of the next two games are not on natural grass. Does that factor at all into when you bring Brock back?
No, not that I've been told.
See, this is. I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna try to continue, and hopefully when I hit play, it picks back up. Do they think that they're just not going to play healthy players because of the type of grass that they're on? If he's healthy, he's going to play. I don't care if they have to play in the middle of an ice skating rink. They're gonna play. They don't have to keep asking these kind of questions all the time.
Anything jump out at you from watching the film that maybe you didn't notice last night, or that you got a chance to take a second look at?
I just think it kind of confirmed the feeling that I think that we all had out there. I mean, guys played really hard. It was a really physical game. Loved how physical we played on teams. Loved how physical we played on offense, and I loved how the guys were running and hitting on defense. It was the type of game we wanted.
Kyle, what happened on the with the green dot with Curtis Robinson?
Oh, it just happened so fast, just in the middle of that series. So he just went out quick, and they didn't change the helmets. So, I mean, the defense isn't that wordy of a deal, so we were able to get it done there. And then when they were going to change the helmets, that Tatum was good and was able to come back.
Kyle, how big of a deal is it to just have Tatum, unlike the week previous, to have all the reps in practice, as far as just being sound with the assignments? And how do you feel that he carried out those assignments and what Robert asked him to do?
Oh, I think it's a huge deal. I mean, you definitely get reps in the week as a backup, but not like the starter. And when it comes to someone like the Mike position or a center or a quarterback. I mean, there's just so much that goes into play there that no matter how much you study, you'd like to get live reps and thinking in the heat of battle. And, him getting all those this week, I think, helped him a ton. He was good in practice and carried over to the game.
And speaking of center, how did Hennessy do as far as knowing his assignments and keeping everybody on the same page?
I think similar to how Tatum was. I mean, he wasn't perfect, but he works really hard at it. We definitely mix him in with reps, and for him to get thrown in that situation, especially versus defense that stunts a lot and changes their fronts and definitely pressures at a high rate, I thought he did very well, and I think he'll only do better with more reps this week.
Kyle, how did you feel your safety combination did with Jair Brown being in there for all the snaps and Malik kind of getting in there a little bit more this week?
I thought they did. I thought they played real well. It was nice to double Malik's double his reps. I think he ended up getting 40, maybe 41, which is twice as much as the week before. So I like how that's played out, and hopefully he'll be done with that and he'll get all of them going forward. But Tiggs played real good in these two games in that role, and also I really liked what Siegel did when he was in there, and I loved Jason getting those reps at big nickel, unlike he did versus Tampa. I thought he did well too. I think he ended up getting about, I'm not sure, around 15 to 20 plays.
I want to pause it really quick. 49ers Rocket Rider. He says, damn, my Niners are coming to my state this coming Sunday, Houston, Texas. I wish I could go to the game somehow. Listen, don't check Ticketmaster and all that stuff. Take a trip to the actual stadium and talk to the people at the box office. Tickets are way cheaper than what they look like they are online. I'm talking, you go online and you look up nosebleed tickets to any of these games, and you're going to see them for up to $300 once all the fees and all that stuff are in there. You can actually get them at the stadium for like $120. And so don't be discouraged. A lot of people think that they can only buy tickets online. Actually go to the stadium and go to their box office. Every stadium has one. You can even do this on game day. Sometimes the tickets are even cheaper on game days because people don't buy the tickets and they want to sell the tickets. So right now, like, for example, the tickets for the Giants game that I'm going to in a couple of weeks are $175 at the box office. I know for a fact that that same ticket will be only $100 or $75 if it doesn't get sold before then, because they want people in those seats. So give yourself a chance, man. Go out there and get it, man. Go out there and get it.
As now injuries, you have injuries to 3 defensive ends. Does that increase the urgency to make a trade? And is that something that you would try to do ahead of this week's game at Houston?
I don't think it changes the urgency of it. I mean, it's definitely sucks losing Huff, but it is a hamstring, and hopefully it won't be longer than 2 weeks. So you know that he's coming back, and sooner than later. But those guys have been looking into that stuff all the time for the last few weeks, and I'm sure they'll continue over the next couple of weeks.
Kyle, did Bryce get hurt on a specific player, or was it kind of an accumulation thing? Do you have any idea on that? And how did you think?
Yeah, I was told it was right at the end. I was told he felt it on the last 2 plays.
2 plays, and that's when he felt the hamstring.
How close did Jordan Watkins get to playing yesterday?
I mean, he's one of the guys that's up. So, I mean, if there would have been an injury, he would have been up. But I guess that's always pretty close.
Malik
Turner made a couple of good. Oh. Go ahead, Matt. Same question.
All right. Well, I'll go. Malik Turner had a good game on special teams. And I think that was the 3rd time he's been elevated. What do you plan to do with him there? It seems like special teams is a nice spot for him.
Yeah, it was awesome. I thought he played real well. He ended up getting our special teams player of the week, I was just told. So I was pumped with what Malik did for us. Had an awesome week of practice too. He is out of flexes, so we'll see how that goes moving forward. But it's kind of tied to the rest of the roster with that decision.
After being able to watch the tape, what did you think of Matt Hennessy and Connor Colby? If you got to look back, of course, at the Christian McCaffrey touchdown, and just how much they assisted in the run game after the game. George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey both gave them a lot of credit.
Yeah, both of them did a good job. I mean, you can't run the ball like that unless everyone's doing a good job. they definitely had their plays they
Run
missed.
game
By
was
no
great.
means was it perfect, but I liked how they battled throughout the game. Thought Connor improved from the week prior, and I thought it was a good start from Matt.
I'm going to talk more on that later on
Tyler was
tonight.
talk among some of the linemen and stuff afterwards about the sort of the difference in blocking in terms of more gap scheme stuff and getting away a little bit from the outside zone. Is that accurate? And two, how difficult is that for a team that's pretty much mostly a outside zone team to all of a sudden turn on a dime and be a gap team in 1 week?
I think that would be hard to do it that drastically. That's why I think that's a little bit exaggerated. We do gap schemes every week, some weeks more than others. We did a lot of gap schemes in that game, but we also did a lot of outside zone schemes in that game. I think that's just the difference when you get 39 runs too. You get a little bit more of everything. But we definitely liked those going into it. We thought it tied well together, and we felt we kind of balanced them out with those stuff, which ended up working for us well.
That may be it, actually.
Kyle,
guys.
how did you think Luter played last night?
I thought Luter played real well. It was cool. We were talking about how good of a week he had in practice with the defense and with the scout team. He was showing up on both. And when he got his opportunity, when Renardo went down, I thought he was very active. You could feel him in the run game. Just his presence physically, I thought was huge, and I thought he had a big impact in that game.
What did he do to earn Scout Team Player of the Week?
Played better than everybody else. There's lots of stuff that goes into it, but when you're doing the Scout Team Player of the Week, you need to give the look that we're asking. Sometimes change up techniques a little bit, but we also want to see you play at a competitive level to where you're getting better in your own craft. So it goes with both of those. You gotta perform and do a high level that shows that you're playing good or improving, and you also got to make sure that you get across the look that we want, so you're preparing the guy across from you.
Kyle, do you think you guys got back to your personality, so to speak, in terms of the way you ran the ball and the way you played physically? Or is it a game-by-game thing? You do whatever it takes to win that week? Or do you want to play a certain way as much as possible?
Say game by game.
I always love just being able to physically run the ball and control the game like that. I think most people prefer to do it that way, but each team has a different identity, and you got to do whatever you think gives you the best chance to win. And we did think that would give us the best chance to win specifically in this game, but we haven't been able to do that yet this year. So that maybe it probably has been our identity more in the past, especially going back a few years ago, maybe 4 years ago. It was huge with us. Doesn't mean that we can't do it, and it doesn't mean we're going to do it all the time. But it was really cool yesterday because we believe that was the smarter way to do it. We felt that was the way that would give us the best chance to win, and I was glad that the whole team allowed us to pull that off.
Kyle, on the subject of the trade deadline, would you find it imperative that if you were to acquire a player, you wouldn't just want him for the rest of this season, you'd want him for this season and potentially next year as well?
Yeah, I don't like to say imperative at all, just because I don't like to put an absolute on anything. But yeah, I think that's something that we definitely would prefer. Of course, we want someone to help us out this year, but I'd love it not to be at the expense of our team next year. Also, I know we all feel that way, and hopefully we can find a situation that does both. And if not, you don't do something like that.
Good question.
Just to do
Great
it.
answer.
And I'm really excited about the guys we have in our building right now. Also.
So,
you guys good?
I think that's it.
All right. See you Wednesday.
Yep. Thanks.
All right, guys. See you Wednesday.
All right.
Take care.
So that's it for Kyle. He did drop some good nuggets in there. And so quick breakdown. Huff, I feel your pain here, NBH, right? Like he says here, it sucks about Huff. We can't have anything nice. And it's kind of crazy, right? It's like if you're really good on the 49ers, you're going to get hurt and miss some time, right? And it's like Huff was our sack leader. Even before Bosa went down, I believe he was the sack leader on the team. And, man, on the first sack that he had like that bend that he showed, just getting the shoulder underneath the tackle and coming around up behind Penix, man, it was like, wow, like really, really impressive. And there was a clip that went out on X, and I believe it was from Emmanuel Acho, and he said something along the lines of, where was this with the Eagles? He didn't have this. This is new. This is new. It's not that it was new. The Eagles run a different scheme and a different system, different where he lines up is different, the formation, so to speak. And so it's not a coincidence that he had that same or similar success with Robert Saleh and this defense with New York Jets, and then boom, he's coming here and replicating that now. So if you guys missed it, if you came in late, Huff is going to be out for the next couple of weeks. He's got a hamstring injury. It's not a tear or anything like that. It's just he's nursing his hamstring right now. Kyle said that it happened on the last 2 plays, and that he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. He's hoping it's nothing long term. He's hoping it's just a couple of weeks. And so that question about losing Huff, and does it mean that you look into more edge guys? I like that Kyle said no. I think that if they were only looking for one edge guy, you continue to only look for one edge guy because we plan on Huff coming back this season. So they're kind of doing the right thing here. And again, the Niners are building up some wins here, right? We're sitting at 5-2, which is cool. So is most of the NFC West. Let's be clear here. But I think they're playing above the expectation line. There is nobody out there that can tell me that we were going to have all these injuries, George Kittle for only 2 games, and Nick Bosa for only 2 games, and Brock Purdy only for 2 games, and Ricky Pearsall for 3 or 4 games, right? Like, and you're 7 games in. Nobody's going to say, oh, well, the Niners, no Fred Warner for a game and a half, right? No one's going to sit there and be like, yeah, Niners are going to win 5 of those 7 games. I'm one of the most positive and optimistic people out there, and I wouldn't have said that. I mean, I started the season assuming health, Niners with 14 wins. I had us going 14-3, and I said I'll be pessimistic and go 13-4. But again, here we are at the halfway point of the season almost, and we're still on pace for that record. We're on pace for 5 losses. That's really freaking good considering all of it, right? But it all started with the schedule. And while we are in a very tough division, I think our divisional opponents are the toughest opponents that we're going to play all year. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, we lost to Jacksonville. Yeah, we did. That was a weird game and a lot of turnovers. I don't think that's the norm for the Niners. I think that if we eliminate just 1 or 2 of those turnovers, we get that win. But shoulda, coulda, wouldas, right? Who cares? And then you go out and you lose to Tampa Bay. Again, another game where we were in there, but turnovers, and it just didn't work the way that we wanted it to. The Niners have built up a little bit of a cushion, right? By no stretch of the imagination are we eliminated from the postseason, and by no stretch of the imagination are we the number 1 seed right now. We're close. We're pretty high up there. I think the Niners would be the number 2 seed if the playoffs started now. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Let's see, NFL playoff picture. 2025. I think the Niners would be never mind, I don't have to think. The Niners are the number 3, which is odd to me. They have the Buccaneers 1, Packers 2. Oh, because it's going by division. That's why it's going by division. Okay. So they have the Buccaneers ahead of their division, but they're at 5-1, but they're currently playing right now versus Detroit. And last I looked, it wasn't looking good. Let me see what the score is in that game right now. Yeah, it's 21-9. They just started the 4th quarter, and the Buccaneers have the ball trying to put something together. All right, but they could finish 5-2. But that also means that the Lions can finish 5-2. And if the Lions finish 5-2, then here. Let me share the screen. Let me share the screen so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right. The Lions go out here and they get this win tonight, which is looking like they will. It's looking like they will. This changes up a lot of this, actually. All right. Now, the Buccaneers would still be in first place in their division, and they would own the tiebreaker because of the head-to-head with the Niners. All right, so the Lions would still be. The Buccaneers would still be ahead of the Niners. So they'll be 5-2. They probably still have the number 1 seed. But if the Lions get this win, they also go to 5-2, and they would own the tiebreaker against them. And that would also leapfrog them because they now have more wins than the Packers. So what would happen would be Detroit goes to number 1. Buccaneers go to 2. The Niners stay at 3 no matter how this pans out. Yeah, the Niners would stay at 3 no matter how this pans out. The swap is going to be between 1 and 2. It's going to be either Lions, Buccaneers, or if the Buccaneers win, it'll stay this way. It'll stay this way. So that's what we're looking at right now. All right. So I hope you guys can see that there. But again, I mean, 1 loss and it shakes everything up because the Niners sitting here with 5 wins. Look at the teams with 4 wins: the Panthers and the Bears. The Panthers and the Bears are sitting there with 4 wins. So I mean, this is. The NFC, people can say the NFC sucks. I like to call it competitive. There's only one team in the entire NFL with 6 wins. There's only one, and it's the Colts. And that's why people, when I was saying, oh, I have Kyle Shanahan as my Coach of the Year candidate, they're like, no, I think the Colts are more impressive. Yeah, they have 1 more win than the 49ers, but they're relatively healthy. They don't have this long litany of injuries that the 49ers have. And so I do understand why people would say that, but I'm not just writing off what Kyle Shanahan has been able to do with this team. We have not been able to have a run game, right? Don't let this last game fool you guys out there, right? Yeah, we won. Cool. And yeah, we ran the ball really, really well for the first time all season, baby. Drop a bomb on it. You know what I'm saying? But it's our first game running the ball well all year. Christian McCaffrey's first 100-yard game. I predicted that. Pat myself on the back. I predicted that, his first 100-yard game. I also said that was going to be due to George Kittle being back in the lineup, and George Kittle was not going to have a good game, statistically speaking, but he is going to be the reason for the run game. So George Kittle is still my dog of the day for this last game. I know I didn't get a chance to say that last night, but I'm petting that dog. George Kittle, baby. George Kittle's my dog of the day right there, man. I absolutely love what he went out there and did for this team. And, and then by the way, you got Hennessy now playing center. We got to see how that looks. I know that those shotgun snaps were a bit of a concern during preseason. We got to see how it looks. We got to see. Niners might be changing some more things up, but Kyle has done a phenomenal job of adjusting to his players and the personnel that he has out there, man, and finding ways to win. And a defense that goes out there and holds the team. And by the way, a makeshift defense also. I don't know which side of the ball has more injuries, right? But a defense that's going out there and battling through and holding an opponent to just 10 points. I don't care who it is. That's damn impressive, man. You're going to win a lot of games if your defense can hold the team to just 10 points. That's really, really impressive, man. So kudos to the Niners, kudos to Robert Saleh, and kudos to Kyle Shanahan, man. This coaching staff is going out there. They're proving that they're the real deal, man. There's a reason these guys are here. Man. So, the playoff picture is what it is. But, I agree with what Mark says here. He's like crazy how we're number 3 overall, but leave it to the media, and you would think that we're 5 or 7. Yeah, 5 to 7. Like that's how they talk about us, but they're talking about us because of, one, who we've played. They're going to say, oh, the Niners haven't really played anybody, which I think is bullshit. I think that's complete bullshit. We just beat the team that beat the Bills, and everyone had the Bills as their number 1 team, like coming out of the AFC this year, right? We just beat the team that beat them, and I'm not saying that we're better than the Bills or anything like that. It's not what I'm saying, but they're gonna downplay when the Niners win. They're going to big up when other teams beat other people. We're the only team that don't get those props. We don't get the extra, right? But I'm going to give us those props because of how we're playing and who we're playing with. The depths of this roster are truly being tested, all right? I got 45 minutes before the next show. I think I'm going to hold off on breaking down the presser with the players. I do have it here and it's queued up, but I don't think I want to do that right now. Because I know I get long-winded. I'm looking at the video here. It's a half hour by itself. That's without me pausing it. Otherwise, I'm just playing it, and you guys can watch it on your own. I think the reason you guys want me to do the presser breakdowns is so you can hear my thoughts on what they're saying. And if I do that, it's definitely going to run into the 10:30 window. So I don't want to do that right now. All right. But yeah. Also, I want to update you guys on something here. We were supposed to be going live today for our second episode of Introducing the Faithful. All right. But my guest that I had lined up, we couldn't get together in time to do it live. So we're gonna record something and drop it later on this week. All right, we're going to drop it later on this week, so have no fear. Introducing the Faithful, a new little series that we're doing on Nothing But Niners is going to continue. You guys didn't miss it or anything like that. We just haven't done it yet. All right, so when my guest and I get a chance to stop and record, we will get everything worked out, and I promise to get that to you guys as soon as possible. All right, so I'm going to wrap this one up here. I got a super chat that I have to read, and thank you very much, Mark, for the super chat. Where's my little, yeah, there it is right there, super chat segment here. All right, my super chat segment here. He says, thanks for the box office advice, Mike. I'm 10 minutes from the Cardinal Stadium and want to take the whole family. I'm going to check the box office. Yeah, man. That is absolutely the best way to do it, guys. I can't tell you guys enough. If you guys have ever purchased tickets online, you're going to pay fees. The seller can raise the price, and then you got the fees and all that stuff on top of it all. It's terrible. It's terrible. Online is such I don't like the way that they do it. Go to the team. Go to the local box office. They have stuff there. They have good tickets there. And I'm telling you guys right now, what you would spend $500 on online, like on Ticketmaster or StubHub and all those sites, what you would spend $500 on there for a ticket, you would be like first level on the field, maybe between like the 30 and 50 yard line. Like, I'm telling you, it's significantly better to go to the box office and get the tickets there. I promise you. Now, you saying you want to take your whole family. I'm not saying you're going to get anything for $5. If your family's the size of my family, I got a family of 6. If I took my whole family, I got to take out a pension loan or something. It's going to cost me a grip, even with all 6 of them and going to the box office. But I hope that you can make that happen for your family, man. The issue is, it's not even that much of an issue. Right now, the Cardinals are sitting at 2-5, so the prices are going to be low. The worse the team is doing, the lower the prices are. So you go out there and buy the tickets at the right time, you'll save some money, big dog. All right. So, yeah, it's definitely worth it to go that way. All right. Tanisha says here, you're right, Mike. The NFL never respected the Niners. It's always damn if we do, damn if we don't. Right. It's like when we fall off, they're like, see, told you they were frauds. And when we're winning, it's like, oh, they just keep finding ways to do it. It's never like, oh, they're the big bad bullies, right? We haven't had that big bad bully mentality since Harbaugh was here. But I think I understand why. I do think that I understand why. When Harbaugh was here, we were dominant for 11, 12, and 13. Those 3 seasons, it was NFC championship or bust, and it was consecutive. So it was like, all right, we know that the Niners are going to come and bring it to you guys. We went a season and a half during the Harbaugh years. We went a season and a half where, regardless of the outcome of the game, whoever we played lost the very next week. That's how physical of a brand of football, a punishing brand of football that we played when Jim Harbaugh was here. And so that's the only time we really got the respect early, like, oh, the Niners are the big bad bullies. Even with Kyle Shanahan being here, the issue is that we don't do it in back-to-back years like that. Like we don't double up and triple up. It's like every other year type of thing with Kyle for some reason. And so that's why they're like, oh, the Niners are hit and miss. They can't say anything because we haven't done anything consistently, you know? So that's why, at least that's my opinion as to why we do it that way. Nigel asked, did I hear about the Dre Greenlaw suspension? Yes, apparently he ran at the end of the game to an official and, like, threatened the guy, which is the weirdest shit ever. Like, the game is over and y'all won. Like, what are you, like, your first game back and you go and threaten an official instead of heading to the locker room? Like, what did he do that bad that made you, after a win, go seek him out and then verbally threaten him? So, yes, he is suspended without pay after one game here. After one game. Like, that's just, it's not a good look, Trey. You got to reel in those emotions, bro. You got to reel them in. You wanted your own team. You got your own team, and you're supposed to be a leader and set an example. This is not it. I guarantee you that if he was that upset after a 49ers game, the leader of this team, Fred Warner, would have pulled him to the side and said, hey, it ain't worth it. Let's get our ass to the locker room. Dre, you wanted your own team, and you got it. And this is your first chance to lead by example, and this is what you do. You not only cost your team because now you're available, you cost yourself. You're suspended without pay. I know the deal that you signed. This is a significant paycheck that you're going to miss. What are you doing? Come on, bro. Be better, man. Be better. You got to straighten up, bro. All right. Mark says we don't have jersey selling quarterbacks, right? And that's why we don't get the respect. Maybe. I know no one's buying Brock Purdy jerseys like that. There's a couple people out there, but it's nowhere near like what it was for Colin Kaepernick. That's the last guy that people were excited to buy jerseys about. They tried it with Trey Lance, but he never got on the field. That died quickly. We had Cap jerseys selling like crazy for 2 years straight, leading the NFL in jersey sales. It's been a long time since we've had a quarterback in that category. So, yeah, you're absolutely right, Mark. And that's also another reason why teams or the public and the national media won't give us our flowers. It's because we don't have a feared quarterback, right? Like Jackson Dart is more feared than Brock Purdy is right now. And I like Jackson Dart. That was the guy, right? Like my man NY to the Bay convinced me. And he was right. Mike, this is going to be the best quarterback coming out in this draft class, and this kid does it all. You guys know that Josh Allen's been one of my favorite quarterbacks since he entered the draft. I see some Josh Allen in Jackson Dart and the ability to run and the big arm and just a desire to win, you know. I even saw a clip of his post-game presser, and you can see the defeat and the hurt on that guy's face. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see from a leader. I don't want someone go out there and just be like, oh, yeah, man, you know, like we gave it our best shot and we got to keep trying. No, I want to see someone who is crushed by a loss. That's what I want to see. That lets me know that you don't plan on doing a lot of losing, right? Now, he's got to get used to losing in the NFL, and he's on the Giants. I'm sure he is already, but that doesn't mean like it's his chance. When he's out there, that team is different. He ignites that team. He provides a spark. And so he's only going to get better. I'm excited to see what he can bring and what his career is going to be like. Anyway, this is the Nothing But Niners show. I should stop talking about Jackson Dart and people who aren't here and Dre Greenlaws and shit like that. All right. And Daniel Jones, I told you guys years ago also, a poor man's version of Josh Allen. I was like, oh, if he's available, the Niners should look into getting him. This is a guy that can throw and also move, right? His decision-making has always been questionable, right? But if you come here, Kyle eliminates that decision-making process for you. He kind of narrows it down so you're not out there just standing in the pocket and looking around as long. I don't know if Daniel Jones will survive behind this offensive line, though, if I'm being honest with you. So, but he would also take off faster. So I don't know. I don't know how it would have worked out. But I don't know if his jerseys are selling or not, honestly. I have no idea. I could call my cousin who's in Indiana and find out, but I'm not sure. And Yusuf, I'm glad you enjoyed the show yesterday, man. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Please make sure you guys tune in later on this evening. In about 35 minutes or so, I'm going to be back on again. So make sure you guys are tuned in, all right? I can't wait to break down the game. I finally got a chance to go back and watch it. As you guys know, I was at a birthday party yesterday, so I didn't get to see a lot of it. I was home for the fourth quarter and the overreaction show. But I did get a chance to watch the game today, so I can't wait to do the breakdown on what my thoughts were with Zach in a couple of minutes. So make sure you guys tune in. Go get your drinks. All right, get ready for the second game of Monday Night Football, and make sure you guys are tuned in, all right? I can't wait to see you guys. Be active in the chats, man. Be active in the chats. Appreciate it all. All right, that's going to do it for this episode, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Prepare for glory, anticipate pain, but always remain faithful. Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but we them nothing but Niners.